Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you notice by the title of this video and the length of this video, you know that we're in for a long one. I decided to do something a little bit different and listen to an entire album in one video. So I'm gonna test this out with Norman fucking Rockwell. We're gonna go track by track and talk about each of them. So strap in, get some snacks, get some food, whatever you wanna do because we're in it. I have a cold one, and by cold one, I mean a purple Kool-Aid jammer. So let's just get started. I'm very well aware that I'm probably just uncultured, but it sounds like the beginning of a Shrek movie.
Goddamn man-child, you fucked me so good that I almost said I love you. You're fun and you're wild, but you don't know the half of the shit that you put me through. Your poetry's bad and you blame the news, but I can't change that and I can't change your mood.
So for context, the only thing I really know about Norman Rockwell is that he was a painter, and I'm pretty sure he did like newspaper art or something like that, but don't quote me on that. But overall, it seems like the song is about Lana Del Rey in a troubled relationship with an artist type of person and doesn't really know why she's with them other than skills at sex.
'Cause you're just a man, it's just what you do. Your head in your hands as you color me blue. Yeah, you're just
Color Me Blue, I have been conditioned by Taylor Swift to know that means sadness, so I'm right. She's in a relationship she maybe doesn't want to be in.
a man, all through and through. Your head in your hands as you color me blue. Goddamn man-child, you act like a kid even though you stand 6'2".
I was gonna say something about her calling someone a man-child, but I realized that I took a sip of my Kool-Aid at the same time, and that feels like a hypocrite, so.
Self-loathing poet, resident Laurel, can you know it all? You talk to the walls when the party gets bored of you.
This song is funny. You talk to the walls when the party gets bored of you. That just means that he's talking despite nobody listening. Like, no one cares what this person has to say, but he keeps on talking. And that's a really annoying quality for someone to have, of not knowing when to shut up.
I'll wait for the best when I could have you.
Why wait for the best when I can have you? This is just a big song about settling. Overall, I really did enjoy the production of this song, and I think Lana Del Rey has one of those voices that can really convey emotion very well. So now we're going to move into track 2, which is called Mariner's Apartment Complex.
You took my sadness out of context at the Mariner's apartment complex. I ain't no candle in the wind. I'm the board, the lightning, the thunder, kind of girl who's gonna make you wonder who
I think I've heard this on TikTok, to be honest.
you are and who you've been. And who I've been is with you on these beaches. Your Venice bitch, your diehard, your weakness.
So the beginning when she said, you took my sadness out of context, I'm no candle in the wind, that kind of makes me think that maybe someone made an assumption about her that she didn't agree with. Because candle in the wind is obviously like burning out, and that means like fragile or like broken a little bit to me. And she's saying, no, she's actually the lightning, the thunder, the person that's going to make you wonder. It's like you don't understand me at all, maybe.
Don't look too far, right where you are, that's where I am.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure this one out. With the lyrics about, let me read them again. You lost your way, just take my hand, you're lost at sea, and I'll command your boat to me again. That makes me think that person is depressed or something like that. So comparing it to the beginning of the song, maybe Lana Del Rey has her sadness and has her own things, but like maybe isn't on the same level as this person, and she's actually trying to help this person because she's not as bad or sad as this person is right now, and she's trying to be that guiding light for that person, maybe?
They mistook my kindness for weakness. I fucked up, I know that, but Jesus, can a girl just do the best she can? Catch a wave and take in the sweetness. Think about it, the darkness, the deepness, all the things that make me who I am.
Yeah, because that part even makes me think about public perception. She's saying that she knows that she's messed up. She's maybe done certain things to make people think that she is a certain way, but that's actually not her, that she has this darkness, but those are the things that make her who she is. So that was another cool track. I have to say that I've only heard 2 other Lana Del Rey songs before this, which is on my channel, which was American Horror and Dark But Just a Game, and these are vastly different than that. She has the same tone and stuff like that, but it's just very different production styles, which is pretty cool because I know this is a little bit older, so I can already kind of see how she changes as an artist with each album, and I think that's pretty cool. So now we're getting into track 3, which is titled Venice Bitch. Is this a 9-minute and 41-second song? Yeah, this is gonna be an extremely long video, so you might notice some cuts.
Feel fun, feel alive, fresh out of Fox forever, trying to be stronger for you. Ice cream, ice queen, I dream in jeans and leather, live stream, I'm sweet for you. Oh God, miss you on my lips. It's me, a little Venice bitch, on the stoop with the neighborhood kids, calling out bang bang kiss kiss.
So this song is making me think that her relationship with someone is very tied to that one place, which is Venice, because she's like kind of recapping their experience when they were there. Maybe it was like more of a childhood or a teenage relationship, because she did mention like neighbor kids watching. I guess that could also happen at adults, but I kind of think more of like, you know, if you're standing on the stoop kissing, maybe it's more teenage related, but who knows?
You're in the yard, I light the fire, and as the summer fades away, nothing cold can stay. You're right, I do, we make it one. You're beautiful and I'm insane. We're American made.
So I was very wrong. It was not a childhood relationship. She said that she tours and he does his own things, but they'll always have Venice. So it's kind of like a long distance relationship that keeps their relationship alive by reminiscing on the good parts that they've had when they are together.
No, I'm in rock out. No hype under covers. It's just me and you.
So I wonder if all of the tracks are so far connected with that line about, she mentioned Norman Rockwell and being painted blue, because the first song obviously had Norman Rockwell about that annoying man. The second song had the sadness that the other person was interpreting about her, and she's saying paint me blue, so maybe this is just like a connection of this relationship of the highs and the lows in a way. But as usual, I could be wrong.
It's me, a little Venice bitch. Everything's back down now. You should come over. We'll be hanging around.
This is such an interesting sound. I feel like I've heard like 3 different songs in this one song, because now it seems like almost like an electronic beep. It almost sounds like a radio a little bit, but
The garden, we're getting high now because we're older. Made myself feel like diamonds.
getting older, so maybe I was a little bit right. just like a little bit. They weren't teenagers, but they were very young. Maybe when their relationship happened, she got into mainstream fame. He did whatever he did. They're circling back. They're back in that town where they had all these memories. They're older now. They're wiser. They're doing different things. Alright, so that was all of the lyrics that were present in Venice Bitch. I didn't get to watch all 9 minutes because, like I keep saying, this would be a 3-hour video. But I think that was enough to give my comments on the song and what I thought about it. I thought the production was really interesting, and I would love to know if maybe that was a sound or something that she heard in those times. Because another thing I think it sounds like, and this is completely wrong, is, you know, metal detectors on like a beach when you're trying to find like gold or whatever? It kind of sounded a little bit like that. So just a thought, but who knows? Now we're getting into track 4, which is titled Fuck It, I Love You.
I like to see everything in neon. Drink lime green, stay up till dawn. Maybe the way that I'm living is killing me. I like to light up the stage with a song. Do shit to keep me turned on. But one day I woke up like maybe I'll do it differently. So I moved to California, but it's just a state of mind. It turns out everywhere you go, you take yourself, that's not a lie. Wish that you would hold me or just say that you were mine. It's killing me slowly.
So with the beginning of this song, it kind of makes me think that the career or life she chose sometimes comes with its own share of regrets. Like she sings her songs, she lights up that stage, but sometimes she wakes up and wishes that she could do it differently. So she's like making small changes in her life to maybe see if that's going to fix whatever hole or problem that she's currently having.
Fuck it, I love you. Fuck it, I love you.
Ooh, I like this one. I really like the chorus of this one. I also feel like it's her just finally giving in to a certain relationship, and I have no idea if it's all connected. I keep saying that, but if it is, it's like that person that she's settling for within the first couple tracks. She's finally admitting to herself that maybe I don't know why, maybe it's not right for me, but fuck it, I love you.
I used to shoot up my veins in neon. Shit's even brighter, you're gone. So many things.
I feel like that's such a modern love song line to say, like, yeah, like I used to shoot up like heroin, but you're brighter than that. You're better than heroin. She always has these lines that just somehow make me laugh. It says, it turns out California is more than just a state of mind. I met you on the boulevard, braids in my hair, you blew my mind. And if I wasn't so fucked up, I think I'd fuck you all the time. It seems like that person that she's been like longing for finally came back into her life. Alright, so that was the end of Fuck You, I Love You. Now we're going to be moving into track 5, which is called Doin' Time.
Summertime, and the living's easy. Rallies on the microphone where I'll send you.
Oh, this is a cover of the Sublime song, right? So their version of the song came out in 1996. So I do know this song, and I don't think she'll add much to it. So let's just actually listen to this one.
All the people in the dance will agree that we're well qualified to represent the LPC. Me and Louis, we gonna run to the party and dance to the rhythm. It gets harder. Me and my girl got this relationship. I love her so bad, but she treats me like shit. And the living's easy. Rallies on the microphone where I send G. All the people in the dance will agree that we're well qualified to represent the LPC.
I feel like maybe not in this video, the people that are watching this will agree with me, but I think I like the production better on the Lana Del Rey version. And I feel like that would be very controversial probably, but I think I like this version better.
It's getting hard. I like to hold her.
Yeah, I definitely like this version better. I think she adds something to the song, or maybe it's like it being sung from a woman's perspective, but with the same lyrics is kind of cool. I don't know, something about it is different, but I like it. And that is a very expert level analysis of this song, right? Next up is track 6, which is titled Love Song.
In the car, in the backseat, I'm your baby. We go fast, we go so fast, we don't move. I believe in a place you take me, make you real proud of your baby. In your car, I'm a star and I'm burning through you. In your car, I'm a star and I'm burning through you.
See, another instance of a interesting production choice that I enjoy, that I never expected I would.
Oh, be my once in a lifetime. Lying on your chest, in my body dress. I'm a fucking mess, but I would like to think that you would stick around.
So this is definitely an endearing song about how maybe their relationship was put to the test multiple times, and it seems like they quite literally pass the test every single time, and they're always going to choose each other. And he's even proud of the career or whatever she's done with her life. Because I feel like success, especially if the other person isn't famous, could be a deterrent to a relationship. They can easily be jealous of being like the famous breadwinner person. There's a lot of things that come with being in a celebrity relationship, and she's just kind of saying that, you know, it's working.
You know that I just died to make you proud. The taste, the touch, the way we love, it all comes down to make the sound of our love song.
I haven't gotten there in my Taylor Swift reactions, but there is a Taylor Swift song that kind of reminds me of. It's a really old country song, but it's called Our Song. And they're talking about how they're writing their love song and like their experiences. And that kind of reminded me a little bit of that with that last line that kind of said, the taste, the touch, the way we love, it all comes down to make the sound of our love song. Just kind of reminded me of that.
Would like to think that you would stick around. You know I just died to make you proud.
Alright, so that was exactly what the title said. It's a love song, and it was a sweet love song, but now we're going to be getting into something that I'm curious about called Cinnamon Girl.
Cinnamon in my tea from your kiss. You're touching me.
I hate cinnamon gum and cinnamon toothpaste. Maybe I'm the minority in that, but not good.
All the pills that you take, violet, blue, green, red, to keep me at arm's length don't work. You try to push me out, but I just find my way back in. Violet, blue, green, red, to keep.
Is the colors maybe describing the colors of the pills or something? I'm not exactly sure on this one so far.
Things I wanna say to you, but I'll just leave. Like if you hold me without hurting me, you'll be the first to forget.
What I'm getting so far is that she is in love or likes this person, and they're kind of just not letting her in. They might be going through their own thing, or maybe that person doesn't like her as much as she thought they did, but it kind of seems like more of the first one where they have their own issues that they got to work through. You always say that you got to love yourself before you can love someone else, and it kind of seems like this person is in a bad place and needs help, but won't be willing to accept it from her.
Things I want.
And that also ends up hurting both of them in the end. Okay, I take that back a little bit. Maybe they're already together because they have their own triggers. Like when she gets mad, she becomes fire. So that means that she goes on a rampage a little bit, and this person is taking pills for the whatever reason that they're doing that. And maybe sometimes they're like water and oil in a way. And I wonder if like the fire part, is that still like referring to cinnamon, or was it just the only reference about like having cinnamon on your breath? So with that last line, when she said, like, if you would be the one to hold me without hurting me, you would be the first one. So maybe if we can solve these problems, you would be the first one to actually get through the rough patch or whatever they're going through, rather than the other person who will just hurt that other person, and that's what kind of ends their relationship. I'm not gonna lie, this one was a little bit hard to figure out, so I'm curious to see if you guys have some context to give me on this one. All right, so now we're moving into track 8, which is titled How to Disappear.
John met me down on the boulevard.
The Venice Boulevard?
Cry on his shoulder, 'cause life is hard. The waves coming over my head. What you been to, my babe? Haven't seen you around here late. All of the guys tell me lies, but you don't. You just crack another beer and pretend that you're still here. This is how to disappear.
Oh man, this is a very deep song, I can already tell, because I find that people that are in depressive states or have things going on in their life, especially with their mental health, they do tend to fade into the background. And I feel like that's what she's kind of trying to say, is that this person is there for her and they show up, but at the same time, they're also not there at the same time. Like they're physically there, but not maybe emotionally. And it seems like they're trying to fix their problem through all various different vices, like alcohol, drugs, and just other things like that. And I feel like this is also maybe trying to say the toll that it takes on her, because like I said, she's been talking about this for the last 6 tracks, about how maybe this person is right for her relationship wise, but they're just need to get through something in order to be able to carry on a relationship. And she's trying to figure out how she can help or maybe fix this person's problems. But a lot of the times with stuff like that, it's not up to you to fix that. That person has to be the one to initiate the change a little bit.
Joe met me down at the training yard. Cuts on his face 'cause he fought too hard. And now he's in over his head. But I love that man like nobody can. He moves mountains and pounds them to ground again.
So this person had a different name, and it seems like this person has a different problem. Like the other person kind of made me think of depression, while this person kind of makes me think of anger issues. Maybe she finds herself choosing people that have problems that they need to work through. Also, if you hear that, I'm pretty sure someone's doing like literal roof work right now.
As they fight for the things that they hold deep, to forget the things they feel. This is how to disappear. I got a key to catching the young. The California sun and the movie.
I had no idea she had children.
I watch the skies fading light as I ride, as I think about.
And maybe that's why she's leaving these relationships that she maybe doesn't want to necessarily, because she wants her children not to see someone struggling like that.
I'm always going to be right here.
All right, so that was the end of How to Disappear. I think that was another lyrical heavy song, but I think it really does follow the theme of the album, if I'm right with it. But now we're gonna move into track 9, which is titled California.
You don't ever have to be stronger than you really are. When you're lying in my arms, baby, you don't ever have to go faster than your fastest pace, or faster than my fastest cars.
Oh, that's a nice way of kind of saying that you don't have to try to keep up with my life. Like, you know, she probably lives a very crazy life being a celebrity in a way. And this person that has already been struggling throughout the album to maybe keep her or go through their own problems is now she's trying to say, like, don't compare yourself to other situations. This is not what I'm asking for. I just want you. I also am maybe making this realization very late into this album, but I don't know a lot about Norman Rockwell as a person, but I wonder if he was a person that went through those internal struggles with maybe mental health or something like that. And that's why the title of the album is because she's kind of describing a very similar relationship or personality that this person had as compared to that artist.
I shouldn't have done it, but I read it in your letter. You said to a friend that you wish you were doing better. I wanted to call you, but I didn't say a thing.
So maybe the person didn't directly come to her about the problems and she's hearing it from other people, but now she wants to take it upon herself to try to help.
I'll pick you up if you come back to America. Just hit me up, 'cause this is crazy love. I'll catch you on the flip side. If you come back to California, you should just hit me up.
I think "Hit Me Up" is a funny lyric, but it definitely seems like maybe she let this person finally go after all of their internal struggles and everything that they've gone through. Maybe she's finally realizing that if you don't want my help and you're seeking it from other people, maybe that's a sign that says, like, you need to go out and find it for yourself. And then if it does, I'm always waiting for you to come pick you up.
We'll have a party, we'll dance till dawn. I'll pick up all of your hoes and all of your Rolling Stones, your favorite liquor off the top shelf. I'll throw a party.
Nice sentiment, but if I'm remotely right about this person's struggles with their vices, I don't know if Top Shelf Party is what that person would need in that situation. But you know what? Good for them.
All night long. You don't ever have to. You're brighter than the brightest stars. You're scared to win, scared to lose. I heard the war was over if you really choose.
That's another interesting line to say. You're scared to win, you're scared to lose, because when you finally make that choice to actively try, that's a big effort. And I actually kind of referenced what I watched in Long Pond from Folklore in a song called This Is Me Trying, where an act of trying is sometimes the biggest thing that a person can do. And when you make that choice, it probably comes with its pressure of, how many people will I let down other than myself if I don't succeed? Or if I do succeed, will I still be that same person? It's just kind of that interesting trope to say.
You come back to California, you should just hit me up.
I think that's really the perfect response to a situation like that, where, like I mentioned earlier, you're finally setting that person free. It's their journey to go on. It's their journey to do. It's not really anyone's place to kind of interject themselves into, as much as you want to do that because you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart and in a good way. Sometimes that's not what people need. They need to be able to face those challenges alone, because that's the only way they're actually going to get through it. It's nice to have a support system, but at the end of the day, you're always going to have yourself, and you need to be good with that. But now we're going to be moving into track 10, which is titled The Next Best American Record.
My baby used to play in the sun underneath my architecture. This is a hole smoking on them cigarettes. My baby used to dance underneath my architecture.
Am I taking that literally too far? But like baby dancing underneath my architecture, did that mean like maybe the place that she lives used to be a place where someone would dance? Or I don't know the metaphor.
We were so obsessed with writing the next best American record, 'cause we were just that good. It was just that good.
Maybe it's as simple as it sounds, where she was in a relationship that was also a musician and they wanted to write a good record. I wonder if this person is like maybe featured in a way as a producer or something on this album.
Whatever's on tonight, I just wanna party with you. Jumping is hard tonight. I'm taking off my bathing suit. You make me feel.
I could be very, very wrong, but are they referring to Topanga as the girl from Boy Meets World?
There's something I never knew. I want you. My baby used to dance underneath my architecture. You were 70s in spirit, 90s in his frame of mind. My baby used to dance underneath my architecture.
I guess that line could also maybe mean architecture as in the walls that you built and they're dancing underneath them. So maybe they broke through whatever guards that you have and that person was just taking place in your head and your mind. But I don't know if it's that deep.
We're so obsessed with writing the next best American record, 'cause we were just that good. It was just that good.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of thoughts about this song. I don't super understand it other than maybe like the album process consumed them. But outside of that, I might need some context on this one if you guys have it. Next up is titled The Greatest.
I miss Long Beach and I miss you, babe. I miss dancing with you the most of all. I miss the bar where the Beach Boys would go. Dennis was last stop before Kokomo. Those nights were on fire, we couldn't get higher. We didn't know that we had it all, but nobody wants you before the fall.
I like this one a lot already.
Don't leave, you just need a wake-up call. The greatest loss of them all. The culture is making a hairball. I guess I'm signing off after all.
I wonder if she's kind of trying to say like now that she's lost this person or whatever she's losing in this situation, she's saying that maybe it's time for her to go too. Like she can't go on without this person in the same way, and she needs to find a new outlet in that way. Also an epic guitar solo.
Me and my friends, we miss rock and roll. I want shit to feel just like you used to. When baby I was doing nothing the most of all. The culture is lit and
maybe it's not about a person actually in this song. Is she maybe reminiscing on a certain time? Because she's saying that she misses rock and roll. That kind of makes me think of like the 70s. And she says, I want shit to feel like it used to, and the culture is lit. So maybe she's just reminiscing on like, you know, those like posts where it's like, I was born in the wrong generation. Maybe it's kind of one of those, but in a song.
I had a ball. I guess that I'm burned out after all. Don't leave it, just need a wake-up call. The greatest loss of them all. Miss doing nothing the most of all.
So yeah, I definitely think that she's reminiscing on a different time. Maybe not even necessarily a different time period, but maybe a time in her life where things were simpler. Because she said that she is a little bit burnt out and she's kind of missing the feeling of doing nothing. So maybe earlier in her career or just maybe earlier in her life, everything was more simple and she kind of misses that time period.
I just missed a fireball. A lace in flames, it's getting hot.
Global warming.
On your list is blonde and gone.
That's funny.
Life on Mars ain't just a song. Oh, the life stream's almost on.
Alright, so that was the end of The Greatest. I really, really liked the production. I really liked the guitar. I think the lyrics are pretty universal because you can apply that to like many different situations about loss. Because I feel like I did that 3 times within this song trying to figure out what she's saying. So that's pretty cool that you can leave it up to interpretation. And some of the lyrics at the end were just really funny. So this one was a really good one to me. Next up is track 12, which is titled Bartender.
All the ladies of the canyon wearing black to their house parties. Crosby, Stills, and Nash is playing. Wine is flowing with Bacardi. But sometimes girls just want to have fun. The poetry inside of me is warm like a gun.
So that's an interesting lyric with girls just want to have fun and the poetry of me is warm like a gun. Maybe it's just saying that they want to let loose. Sometimes these things come spewing out, like her poetry or her songwriting. It just kind of seems like they're ready to let loose in some sort of aspect.
I bought me a truck in the middle of the night. It'll buy me a year if I play my cards right. Photo-free exits from baby's bedside, 'cause they don't yet know what car I drive. I'm just trying to keep my love alive with my bartender. Hold me all night, bartender. Our love's alive. Baby, remember, I'm not drinking wine, but that you're
So maybe it's kind of saying that she finds solace in the bar or the bartender that she goes to regularly. The part about the car is like maybe like people aren't following her to these bars because she has a car that no one knows about. So like she's able to get to and from to this infamous bartender.
and I love the little games that we play from the valley to the beach. And when at last the day is done,
So maybe at the beginning of the day, she does what's expected of her. She does her obligations, but at the end of the day, she wants to go back to that bar.
grab my keys. I bought me a truck in the middle of the night. It'll buy me a year if I play my cards right.
Oh, that line now makes sense in the second verse where it's like, if she does it sneakily or she does it in the way that she needs to, that way no one will know it's her car.
All three exits from baby's bedside, 'cause they don't yet know what car I drive. I'm just trying to keep my love alive, but my bartender hold me all night. Bartender, our love's alive. Baby, remember, I'm not drinking wine, but that cherry coke you serve is fine. And our love's sweet enough on the vine. Tender, 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 ha 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 ha.
The ha 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 was pretty funny. I think this was another one of the simple songs and kind of straight to the point, so I really don't have that much to add to it. So now we're going to move to the second to last track, which is titled Happiness is a Butterfly. For some reason, before we get started, I feel like I've heard that saying before. I'm not sure if it's from the song, like maybe I've heard the song before, or if it's something that's like commonly said, but I have heard that before.
Do you want me or do you not? I heard one thing, now I'm hearing another. Dropped a pin to my parking spot. The bar was hot, it's 2 a.m. It feels like summer. Happiness is a butterfly. Try to catch it like every night. It escapes from my hands into moonlight. Every day is a lullaby. I'm right on the phone like every night. Singing for my babies on the tour life.
I really like the lyric that says, happiness is a butterfly, try to catch it like every night. It escapes my hand into moonlight. I kind of think it's about the person that maybe is supposed to meet her up after the bar. It's that person, and she's trying to get with that person every single night, but it just like is a little bit out of reach, and she's kind of saying that it ends up being a little bit of torture for her because like every day's a lullaby. It's like putting her to sleep. She doesn't maybe feel alive until she has those interactions with that person that's just a little bit out of reach, I guess. And then there's also another perspective, I guess, with the next line, because it says, hum it on my phone like every night, sing it to my babies while I'm on the tour life. Maybe she's away from people that she loves, and that is the happiness that's depleting. It's like she's not there to witness big moments in other people's life because she's doing what she's always dreamed of in a way.
If he's a serial killer, then what's the worst that can happen to a girl who's already hurt?
That is a therapy line. Like, if he's a serial killer, then what's the worst that can happen to a girl that's already been hurt? I guess if you have that mindset of like, how much worse could it be? That's always usually the opening for it to get much worse. Just always remember that.
I'm already hurt. If he's as bad as they say, then I guess I'm cursed. Looking into his eyes, I think he's already hurt. He's already hurt. I said, don't be a jerk, don't call me a taxi. Sitting in your sweatshirt, crying in the backseat.
Ooh, I really like the delivery of that one.
Ooh, I just wanna dance with you. Hollywood and Vine, Black Rabbit in the alley. I just wanna hold you tight down the avenue. I just wanna dance with you. I just wanna dance.
So it also seems like maybe the person from the first verse that wasn't showing up, when they do, they kind of just give her heartbreak, and maybe people warned her about it, but she doesn't care because this is the person that she wants. And that happiness is like a butterfly because it keeps flying away each time.
Every day's a lullaby. Try to catch it like lightning.
So with the part where it says singing into my music, I'm crazy, it kind of seems like she's not giving up and she's going to keep working on this until maybe she can get this relationship or the person that she really, really wants. Overall, I think this is one of my favorite tracks on the album so far. I really like the production of it. But now we're getting into the very last track of the album, which is called Hope is a Dangerous Thing for a Woman Like Me to Have, But I Have It. It's an extremely long title.
I was reading some errands and I got to thinking that I thought maybe I'd get less stressed if I was tested less like all of these debutantes, smiling for miles in pink dresses and high heels and white yachts. But I'm not, baby, I'm not. No, I'm not. That I'm not. I've been tearing around in my fucking nightgown, 24/7 Sylvia Plath, writing in blood on my walls 'cause the ink in my pen don't work in my notepad. Don't ask if I'm happy, you know that I'm not, but at best I can say I'm not sad. 'Cause hope is a dangerous thing for a woman like me to have.
I think that's an interesting lyric is because it's almost like she's setting up to be constantly let down. Hope is something that everyone should or would want to have, but she's saying it's dangerous for her because she just knows the end results where it's going to not actually come to fruition for her. I'm not exactly sure what situation would make her think that, but she just has it in her head that it's not going to be something attainable, so she kind of already writes it off, but she's still going to hold on to that hope even though it's dangerous for her like mental health in a way.
I had 15-year dances, church basement romances, yeah, I've got spilling my guts with the Bowery bums is the only love I've ever known. Except for the stage, which I also call home when I'm not serving up God in a burnt coffee pot for the triad. Hello, it's the most famous woman you know on the iPad. Calling from beyond the grave, I just wanna say hi, Dad.
Aw, that's actually really sad. I think this is just showing an example of how the hope was dangerous for her, where like she had the romances, she's cried, she's never known true love until she got on that stage, and all she wants is to be able to speak to her dad, but it's like hope that she carries on through her life, but it just, at every single turn, it doesn't end up happening for her.
I've been tearing up town in my fucking white gown, like a goddamn sociopath. Shaking my ass is the only thing that's got this black narcissist off my back.
What did that just say? Shaking my ass is the only thing that's got this black narcissist off my back. I don't even know what to say.
She couldn't care less, and I never cared more, so there's no more to say about that. Except hope is a dangerous thing for a woman like me to have. Hope is a dangerous thing for a woman with my past.
Hope is a dangerous thing about her past. I know this was before American Horror, but I said in my analysis of that track that I thought that it was something that someone instilled into her to think of herself in that way. And I feel like she's doing the same thing right now, where she's saying that the things in her past has given her no hope. And that's another thing of like the way she was brought up maybe really just put certain things into her head that aren't necessarily true.
Born of confusion and quiet collusion, of which mostly I've known. A modern day woman with a weak constitution, 'cause I've got monsters still under my bed that I could never fight off. A gatekeeper carelessly dropping the keys on my nights off.
Alright, so that was an interesting closer to the album. I feel like the song could also be alluding to this relationship that I feel like has been connected through all of the songs about that person that needs help, and maybe she's just showing that every time she's had hope it hasn't worked, but maybe in the end she's hoping that this person that she's in love with gets better and does what they need to do, and that she knows that it's a long shot, but at the same time, if you don't have hope, what do you have? I could also be wrong, and maybe they're not as all interconnected as I think, because I think just this song could have its own meaning in her own personal life and not about anybody else. But overall, I think this was a very interesting project, especially for being my first introduction to a Lana Del Rey entire project. I really like that she kept up with a theme throughout the album. No song really sounded the same, and they all had really interesting productions, but I feel like I was able to follow a story throughout, and that's something I really enjoy from an album, and where you can kind of turn on the album at the middle of the point and still catch on to the story because it's still flowing in that cohesiveness. So I really think she delivered with that. I know that I probably missed a lot in the song, so I really hope that you guys can lead me in the right direction with some of these tracks, because I'm really interested to know like what I missed and how off I was. That way, whenever I go to a future Lana project, I can kind of take the advice that you guys have given me, and that way I can turn that into a better reaction for a future album. I'm going to post right here my ranking of the album. I only listened to it once, and I'm sure the fans have their own ranking, but this is just what I thought on my first listen. And to end the video off, I just want to say thank you if you watched this entire video, because I know this is going to be probably the longest video I've ever posted ever. So thank you for sitting still and watching this with me. Tell me if you like this style of video. Like I mentioned way earlier in the video, this is very different than what I've done with my album reactions. I've always gone kind of track by track, but I kind of gave you guys this big video that you kind of said you'd be interested in. So let me know if you like this. If not, I can always work on something different, but this has kind of just been like a good test for everything. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.